Good morning, y'all. Yes, I've been missing, at least from YouTube. Well, it sound all stuffy. It's the season changing. Um, I've been waiting for cooler temperatures. I've been discouraged. Because right after I told you, got my last video out, there was a scorpion in my bed. Um, there's four kinds, apparently, and there's a big one, which I've seen him a lot, not in here. Um, and then there's three other ones, and the most dangerous, poisonous one is a little tiny one called a bark scorpion. And so that's the one that was in my bed. And I didn't tell you this either, that it was right after I made the last video. I got stung by one of those honeybees, and it was on my back, and it started out, it was about this big. Well, it was like the size of a dime. It swelled up and stuff. And by the end of the day, it was, and this is after I put my treatment on it, which is a good treatment, but oil and stuff, it's plantain that my daughter sent me. And it was like this, and it just went down my backside there. And it hurt so bad, I couldn't sleep on it for the first 24 hours. So, but the plantain really worked because it healed up a lot quicker than it would have normally. But it was just a honeybee, but the venom really spread, and like I say, it was painful. So when I found the scorpion, Bob was asking me, well, what do you want to do? I said, just burn it down. I was so tired. But the good news is, I didn't. As you see, it's still here. We went went into Aho, and I bought enough bug spray. And I've hesitated to tell anybody because people get upset when I don't. When I kill the snakes. And so I thought, they're not going to like me killing scorpions either. But for me, okay, turns out the scorpion that was in my bed, I'm sure it came in by accident, and that's another story. But I got enough poison. I've just fumigated everything, but I had to take all of my bedding out and my mattress out, redo things, and it was exhausting. It took me a few days, and all my money. It was expensive, but I treated in the trailer, and Bob helped me treat under the trailer, and I had used I used this scorpion spider spray, and I had spiders that are like this big. I think they call them wolf spiders. I don't know. But when you see them, they see you. They look at you. You can see their eyeballs watching you. They're huge, but they apparently, I found about five. Over the next day or so. They were living around my door here. They just kind of outside, like right outside, because a couple of times they have come in and they were inside, which is really freaky. And I'm cool with whatever's out there unless it's a snake, because I know they're not going to chase me down. And I would also like to point out, I'm not chasing them down. I'm not going snake hunting, but I'm always very much aware of what's out there, but what if I accidentally, because that little one, I wouldn't have seen it. If Buddy hadn't have seen it, I wouldn't have seen it. was too little. And see, I was kind of training my eyeballs to see big snakes. And so just being aware of them. But I could accidentally step on one of these things. They bite me. And I'm going to be in trouble. And the scorpion, I read about it. It could have killed my dog. And it would have been very painful for me, is what they said. And that I was to get emergency treatment. I mean, anybody, not just me, but anybody. So Bob and I had a plan. If I got bit by a scorpion, I call him, he calls 911, and then he meets them at the office. Because, see, I could be really kind of difficult to find up here. So that was the plan. Well, it still is the plan, just in case. Because you never know what's going to happen in the desert. And, sorry, my allergies, seasons changing. I had to put on the shirt this morning instead of just my nightgown, because it's only, I think it's like 75 or something. Yeah, it says 75. So I'm going to be, and my usual temperature in here, and it has been still hot. But the coolest I can ever get it is about 95. So I haven't been resting well, and I just kind of got tired and weary of the heat, and I don't know, just crazy things happening every day. And I wanted to tell you, Dee is back home. She spent like a week in Tucson. She's doing much better. She has movement in her fingers again, but she's in a cast. So I can't remember when she said she's going to go back to the doctor and they'll check and see how she's healing. And of course, she's still healing from her back injury. Well, kind of broken, fractured. And so she's still healing from that, and she's supposed to be checked on that too. And Bob's been doing good. He celebrated the festivals down in California, and I still have that video in the making about what I did with my truck. And it was a gift that one of my subscribers sent me, and it was such a sweet thing to do. I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, I still, the trust that he put in me. And basically he sent me an email that said, I can't be there to help you. And this was after, remember the storm video when I'm sitting in here and everything's falling apart, or it seems like it is. It's all rocking and rolling and everything got thrown across the desert. So he said, I'm sending you a check. So this is how I spent that money. And that is an upcoming video. This is kind of a long introduction and where have I been, and I'll be right there, I promise. I just got out of bed and I thought, why get pretty? And here's the thing. I'm not even sure the last time I took a shower. I know I've gone down twice, and crickets were ankle deep in the shower stall. I just couldn't do it. And it turns out the lady that is managing the campground at the moment, bless her heart, she got sick and was in the hospital too. And nobody told me. Nobody told me. I would have done something, but I just don't go out that often. And so I don't see people, but nobody, and Bob was gone and Dee was gone, and when Dee got back, Dee's the one that told me. Because I was telling her about there's crickets in the shower, and so I've been bathing in the sink, and then we decided that water right outside my tiny was probably attracting a lot of these things, and so I'm using a lot less water, and it's hard. It just gets hard. And then I've been watching stuff on YouTube. Oh my goodness. It's like the world's gone crazy, and there's only one place to go to get the truth. and it's not on the internet. And the more I watch, the more discouraged I get. So I try to be an encouragement to y'all, and even with the good stuff that has happened for me, that you'll see soon, I promise. I guess I'm just tired. So I have spent a lot of time in the Word, and I've spent a lot of time praying, and I've spent a lot of time writing, which is kind of praying. It's kind of like my letters to Yahweh. I'm a lot more grateful then. And it's still early this morning, but oh gosh, I didn't sleep good last night. I tried. About the time I went to sleep, the coyotes. It's full moon. And so they're having a party out there, and I'm almost asleep. I don't know if this happens to y'all, but I'm almost asleep, and I get woke up, startled awake, and it took me another hour or so to go back to bed. And I've been getting up like at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, which is a beautiful time of day. Watch the sun come up, and it's cooler temperatures. And here it is. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm supposed to go do laundry and groceries and get my picture remade at the passport place, because the passport people sent the picture back and said it's not right. Really? So I gotta fix this. I'm getting my picture made. So that's a lot of stuff, and thank you for the people who have emailed me. And I've gotten phone calls from far away people. Some of them, anyway. People in my former life, like, we haven't seen your videos. Where are you? Are you okay out there? And so I apologize if anybody was worried. I'm okay. Dee's okay. She's healing. Bob's okay. He's busy. And it's like the temperatures have cooled off, so we can do a little more. And I'll have to show you my solar panels. They're in their winter position. It took me 2 hours. 2 hours. And, man, this old lady. Old lady being the key. So I'm trying to simplify and downsize. Can you imagine downsizing from the tiny? But yeah, and I'll talk about that in the next video. And hopefully you'll see me a little more together. I hope this is okay. Because, I love y'all.